What's the worst part about being a woman?
My mom and my sister had me convinced that I was a 34B or something like that, would still give me 36CS as hand-me-downs saying they would fit. Eventually when I got older I measured myself and I'm like a 32DD. Those bras are fucking expensive. I know, and I am a man. This because a fellow friend challenged me and my best friend, female, to go with her and buy some bras together, as I would have to judge how well it fit, the colors, etc. It turns out that a nice 38D, her size, bra costed around €40. The cost of a bra is extravagant. I don't know, I'd say just having to wear a bra at all. I cried the first time I had to wear one and go to school. At 57 I still can't wait to get it off. Course at 57 that presents a whole different unpleasantness, but rat's a whole different thread. My ex-girlfriend was a less common bra size, so getting bras in stores or even most online retailers was hard without spending big money. She had some luck shopping on eBay because there are a lot of sellers which stock bras from previous years and ones with minor cosmetic defects that are otherwise structurally sound, with heavily discounted prices.
A quality bra that will fit well and last a while can cost upwards of $50 plus. I have a few that were around $65, mostly because I've learned that they last longer than cheaper quality ones. You need several in varying colors, nude/black at least, and fits, depending on what you're wearing, i.e., a good strapless one for dresses, sports bras for the gym, an everyday one, etc., so the cost adds up. And, depending on the quality of the bra you have, it'll eventually break/get worn out and you have to buy another one to replace it, maybe once every 1 to 3 years. It's not as annoying as, say, having a period. But it's an annoying additional cost that we have to think about. Edit to add, of course you can get a decent bra for $20, $25, but my experience has been that they fall apart pretty quickly. To get something that is the right size/shape for me, I have to order from Poland. They run me $85 per bra. My last swimsuit was $90 for just the top. It's among the biggest annoyances of being female. That, and having menfolk ignore the words that issue from my face. I feel this so much. I almost never shop in store for a bra nowadays. I've ordered my last 2 online with exact measurements because there is such a huge difference when you have a bra that fits. They cost somewhere around $65 and I hated spending that money, but I'd be lying if I said it wasn't worth it. It totally was. It's like my posture instantly improved. And the swimsuits too. I'm really lucky to have a good specialty bra shop near me, so I can try things before I buy, or get store credit for special orders that don't fit right. The special orders can still take months to arrive. It might be a little more expensive than just ordering online, but I don't miss the hassle of returning ill-fitting bras, especially international returns. Yeah, we didn't have kids for several years after we married. The questioning from the entire world, started literally the moment we came back from honeymoon. We'd be in the pub with people who were merely acquaintances and they'd nudge me and go, "So, kids up next, am I right?" Started to dread it, as it became almost an inevitable question, especially from his mother and sisters. And anyone you knew who'd had a beer. Got so bad that after about 2 years I had a full-blown rant about it to my husband and he was shocked. He had absolutely no idea everyone had been saying this shit to me all along. I'd assumed he was getting it too, but literally not one person had said it to him. He was super pissed off, especially when he heard about his friends and family asking me this stuff. Eventually I started to get really fucking savage, and when they asked me if we were trying, I'd just go no and look really grim, and they'd suddenly realize it may be fertility problems. It wasn't, it was just choice, and they'd start to stammer and backtrack and change the subject. But it shouldn't have been the subject in the first place. SMH. I'm pretty sure unmarried, unattractive men over 30 who don't make a lot of money are not treated as well as the men who have those things. Beauty is definitely an overvalued criteria for women, and aging definitely proves this fact, but let's not act like if you combine all those things, lack of marriage, wealth and looks, that those men have it easy either. I hear you. At work, the only sexism I encounter as a woman is from other women. They think that in order to succeed in upper management, they need to absorb the old boys club mentality, which isn't even there anymore. BTW, at least not where I am, And that includes treating the women beneath them like useless crap who are only there to refill coffee and be scapegoats for failed projects. I humiliated one of them once. I had to. She was trying to make a botched contract deal out to be my fault, not thinking that I'm not actually her underling, and also not a moron, and I save everything, legal field, old habit. So when she started spouting off about my failures to my boss in a reply to all email string, I replied back to all with about a half dozen emails attached where they showed that she was actually the one at fault, and I tried to warn her. Now she doesn't talk to me. Well, I say good. Her attitude a real shame, too, because she's actually really smart and she knows all of her stuff. She's just massively overworked because she can't get along with anyone who could help lighten her load because those people are mostly women, and she's on them too often to earn any goodwill. I'm 33 and unmarried. Never married, and probably never will. So I feel this. I also hate that everyone expects women, but not men, to love babies and kids. I work at a family-friendly drinking establishment, and the younger women I work with are all baby crazy when they see infants come in, and say things like don't you just love babies? And when I honestly reply that I really don't like kids or babies, they go all shocked Pikachu on me. I got my tubes tied at 27 with 0 pregnancies, so it's always a fun conversation when they, in their infinite early 20s wisdom, tell me how they also used to hate kids but they changed their mind, and I'll change my mind someday, too. I'm looking forward to menopause for so many reasons. I want to get married and have kids. But if I had married my ex just to say I reached this milestone before 30, I would have divorced him by now. I would have divorced him a long time ago. I know that your 20s are a prime age to get married, but in this day and age where people are just figuring out adulthood, it's not feasible. Are you me? I have this exact same issue. My friends all wax poetic about the newborn baby smell, and I'm like, no, if I want to smell BO and sour milk, I'll buy some expired dairy and soak socks in it. I cannot stand kids. I don't want them. No, I won't change my mind. No, it wouldn't be different if it were my own. No, I wouldn't magically bond with it if it came out my own personal vajayjay. Cannot wait for menopause, OMG. Please, Lord, shrivel it all up and be done. This orchard is not fruitful. It's not the hurting, which, yes, still worse than childbirth even with painkillers, but the endless bloodiness of it. Try pouring out a cup of blood over your pants. It is everywhere. It is sticky. It stains bloody everything. Not to mention night sweats. Horrible flares of random anger. Food cravings. Back pain. Tiredness like you've been partying for a week. It is madness. And gross. And painful. And a full quarter of your existence for what are considered your best years. The first thing I remember about being a woman is my grandma told me that. Kaylee, you're a woman. That means you need to work twice as hard, be twice as smart than a man to get ahead in this world. You must be strong and independent. You can't rely on anyone. Here's the paradox of my life. I grew up in a deeply sexist country around fiercely strong women. Despite their many problems, my grandma, my aunt, even my mostly absent mom, all of the women I knew when I was young, all the women I looked up to, are strong independent women. They believed men and women are equal, and yet were very much aware of the society they live in, the disadvantage the female gender faces and had to fight through. And I think most importantly, they believed in me, and my capacity to do great things, woman or not. My grandma, in her infinite wisdom, decided the best way to raise a strong girl is to raise her as a boy. I was told I must strive beyond my gender. I was told appearance wasn't important. Pretty clothing wasn't important. In fact, I was told dressing up or wanting to be pretty is a shameful thing. I should focus on study and practice piano. Don't be like those shallow and stupid girls who talked about nothing other than makeup, clothing, gossip and boys. Clothing should be functional, clean, warm, practical, high-quality fabric and craft. Girls don't need makeup or jewelry. Don't be girly. Don't do girl stuff. Don't play with dolls. Here, play with this mechanic set and build stuff. For the longest time my grandma didn't even let me use conditioner or facial cream, despite my family was doing very well financially and could afford such things. When I came to the US after high school, I didn't know how to do makeup. I didn't own any makeup. I owned a single piece of jewelry, a small ring given to me by my aunt, not for wearing, for rainy day money. I went to college wearing shabby overalls and t-shirts because they're practical and comfortable. I was, for all intent and purposes, a genderless person. I grew up, didn't think of myself as a woman, and yet was being told I need to work harder because I was a woman. I watched my teachers discriminate against other female students. The only thing that reminds me of my gender was my period. And that was very unpleasant, messy and painful, every month. I don't know what's so good about being a woman. All of the things society assigned to female gender, wear pretty things, fancy jewelry, be adored and desired, be spoiled, none of those seems appealing. Everything society thinks women get a free pass on, be emotional, be weak and fragile, rely on others to provide for them, are the things I must strive above. What's so good about being a woman? I don't know. I don't think there's anything good about being a woman compared to being a man. Everything that's truly great about being a woman, is the same as being a man, being a human. Don't men get to wear fancy suit and look all dashing and handsome? Don't men get to be loved and desired by women? What's the best thing about being a woman is the same thing about being human. To be strong and independent, to see the world, to create, to be compassionate and fight for what's good. To live my life to the fullest, and when I look back at my life, I would have no regret. Well, I've been a disappointment for my grandma. I never lived up to her aspiration for me, to be that strong, successful woman, with her life all figured out. While I wasted my life away trying to find my way, she slowly slipped into senile dementia. I think I've been doing pretty well for myself, but she'll never comprehend any of that now.